Hello everybody, Dwayne Chopper there from DRFX Forex and Trading. Now several weeks ago, back in December, we had done an analysis on the Aussie US dollar and essentially made a projection for the formation of this consolidation setup. Again, based on the nature of the bullish and bearish waves that have been formed on this time frame. We were actually somewhere in this region here where the market was expected to start or continue this bearish trend and continue in this region before U-turning to start another bullish wave. So this was the projection that we had. We expected the market to come down to this area here, form a second support point that would complement the first one already formed here, and allow us to complete the formation of the support boundary. And as the market U-turns and creates this additional bullish wave, it will allow us to complete the formation of the projected pennant setup. So this was a projection made several weeks ago, and as you can see on the current situation, this is exactly what has taken place. The market continued its bearish movement, U-turned in this region here, and then created a sharp wave that broke above this downtrend line to create this new bullish wave as part of the formation of the consolidation setup. So this is playing out exactly as we had planned, and again, it's all going back to the theory of the formation of consolidations, where the market would provide us with certain types of waves early out that would give us a strong indication that the market is going to be forming a consolidation. So all of this is in the second part of the training manual that speaks to the formation of consolidation, where once we spot these types of waves, these sharp waves, some of them sometimes they're sharp, but sometimes they're volatile, but nevertheless they give us a heads up that the market is going to be forming a consolidation, especially after the first two waves. The third wave would definitely confirm it, but usually after the second wave, we are almost 60% sure that the market is going to be forming a consolidation. So when the market reached in this area here, broke below this uptrend line, created another sharp wave, and pulled back, it was an increase in confirmation that the market was going to be forming a consolidation, and that all it would need was to complete this bearish move and then U-turn to create another bullish wave. Now, in terms of a trading possibility, as attractive as this was, there wasn't really anything that I'd seen that I would have, that there wasn't a signal on the daily chart that I would have, that I could use to actually take advantage of this rally. It was a simple U-turn. These types of U-turns sometimes lead to these sharp movements when the market is forming these large consolidations. But usually, what I prefer is for the market to give us a strong setup in the form of a consolidation or an ABC setup, or maybe even a double bottom formation. Those are usually the types of candlestick formations that I look out for when it comes to the formation of these large consolidations. These simple U-turns are normally very reliable when it comes to smaller consolidations, such as the medium consolidation setup. But when it comes to the larger consolidation, you're usually accustomed to seeing more elaborate setups in the form of double bottoms or consolidations or ABCs. So in the absence of those signals, I decided, well, I wasn't really gonna be. It didn't really appeal to me in terms of a trade that we could actually take. Because what happens is that when it comes to these types of U-turns, it is always possible that the market could actually pull back somewhere below this trend line, or even just above the trend line after it is broken, to then pull back and possibly form a consolidation setup or an ABC setup in this region here. So that is the risk that you run when you trade these simple U-turns, especially when it comes to these types of large consolidations. Now, in terms of what we could actually see going forward, Um, this dual candle was a definite red flag to indicate that we were actually going to be coming to an end, a temporary pullback, that a pullback was going to take place. Because usually when the market forms these types of large candles after these types of consecutive candles and candlestick formations, such as this, it's usually an indication that the market is gonna pull back. So this was definitely not something that I was gonna be consider trading. Another red flag was on a 4-hour chart, where the market had already formed several setups as part of this uptrend. The first one was here. Second one was here. A third one just above the break, as the market started to break above the downtrend line. And this fourth one that actually led to the formation of that large candle on the daily chart. So this was definitely a red flag that the market will eventually lose momentum, based on the rule of based on the three-wave rule in the trading manual. Usually after the market has formed 3 to 4 setups as part of a trend, as part of any trend on any time frame, the market will eventually start to pull back and possibly move sideways and become a little volatile and risky to trade. So this pullback that is now taking place is somewhat expected and is likely to be the start of a pullback or the formation of a setup in this region here. That would then give us a setup and a signal to continue the bullish move. Maybe something like a counter trend line setup followed by a U-turn. Or we could actually see the market form a consolidation setup. In the form of a pennant or a range setup. That would eventually lead to a breakout above the resistance boundary and continue and start a breakout that would take us to the resistance boundary. So those are the two possibilities that I'm seeing in terms of what could take place here. So under the assumption, assuming that the market is going to continue this bullish move, then this is going to, the first thing that the market will need to do is continue this pullback that would either lead to the formation of a counter trend line or the formation of a consolidation setup. So either of those is going to be formed in this region here to then provide us with a setup and a signal to continue the movement bullish. So look out for this in the next couple of days and let's see if we can take advantage of it.